one's hearing us now.
No, they probably might be able to.
Oh, well, let's not say anything that we don't want to say
Okay.
live on YouTube.
But we would never say that anyway.
No, I
think
would never say that I
We
dislike.
are live. I just need to send the link.
Yeah.
Oh, great. And is it working now?
We'll find out.
Wonder what happened.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, I'll be honest. It looks like it's fine. I think we're okay. Crisis averted.
Okay,
I think
good.
crisis is averted. Let me. Oh, Ollie's already done.
If this doesn't work, we'll regather ourselves and we'll come back and do an after show.
Oh yes, I'm down for that.
We'll like loosen the ties a little
down
bit.
I'm down for an after
Yeah.
show. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
100%. Let's
Put
do
some
that.
jazz on.
Oh,
Kick back with a puzzle.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how we
Okay,
like to
working.
party.
Welcome to the pre-show. Again. Welcome to the second pre-show.
What a phenomenal start, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, what a way to kick off the pre-show. We're on a different live stream link, so hopefully you've got that. Well, welcome. How are you, Ollie, other than stressed and crazy?
No, I feel great now. Now we're actually live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hungry, but yeah.
You're hungry.
I'm starving,
Okay.
but
Well,
sorry, I felt relevant.
thanks for... I mean, last week you did make yourself like a fancy cheese toasty thing.
Yeah, I know.
really-
Yeah.
Yeah, and now I have nothing to cook with me this week. I feel like
Yeah,
I
I know.
should have bought something up, like a toaster, and made some steak, or
Yeah.
I don't know, but...
You probably should have done.
Oh, no, you're not allowed to do that anymore. No, don't
No.
do that. Don't do that.
Don't
Sorry.
do that.
London Fire Brigade.
Cause fire.
Yeah,
Just 1 second.
okay.
Hang on, what's going on here?
Charles, this is...
Is it? I think this might be a comedy set piece. Of course it is.
What?
Oh my god.
Hi. Sorry, I just had to order food. Oh, this now looks ridiculous because I ordered food without knowing that I was then going to get battered sausage and chips as well. So this just looks crazy. Sorry.
Wait,
I got McFlurry, and I got myself some fries.
that is really loud.
Sorry. Let me open it away from. I wasn't expecting it to come in so many bags, if I was honest.
That is quite a lot of bags. This is...
Yeah. So you're hungry, Ollie.
I'm so hungry.
I am so sorry.
You're really not sorry.
You're not. You don't
You've
look
actually got
it.
chips. You've got
I
two
haven't.
sets of chips.
Yeah. Sorry.
How, Charles?
Sorry. Well, look. I'm a grown up. I can order myself a takeaway now.
You know what would be beautiful?
What?
Would be if, because you're so thoughtful and kind,
Mm.
what you've actually done is ordered similar meals to arrive at mine and Ollie's house.
Oh,
right now.
yes. Do it.
And
Could
I
you
feel like,
imagine if
do you know
that's
what?
what's happened? Could you imagine?
That's the sort of person that you are.
You
Is
are that
it?
kind of person.
Is it though? You're kind of relying heavily on
I
something.
feel like you're a good guy. I feel like that's the sort of thing you do.
Well,
I'm
time
hungry.
will tell, Martin Saunders.
I'm going to be honest.
Well,
You may be enjoying yourself, Charles, but you're not. People on the WhatsApp group aren't particularly happy with you. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
They-
I'm sorry that if I could get everyone a meal, I would. But
I'm
I can't
really
afford that.
hungry now. I really want to.
Shall
make a
we,
toasty. Oh,
Ollie,
yeah.
should we explain while Charles is doing this? Should we explain this week's quiz and how it's working?
Yes.
So, we've got an extra quiz in the pre-show, and because there's been this sort of three-way face-off tournament thing going on between Charles, Ollie, and myself, we decided we get an independent person,
Yeah.
fully independent,
Fully independent.
doesn't have a favourite out of the three of us at
No.
all. My daughter to
Wow.
write a quiz which has been checked by an impartial person who's got no preference over any of us.
No.
My wife, who has just checked to make sure it's all okay. And so we've got the quiz. I don't know anything about this quiz. Don't know what's in it. None of us have seen it. In the interest of impartiality, Ollie is going to operate it. We're all going to play Kahoot. That fun?
Oh, we've got music. Give me a second. Do you know what? I
All
like
right.
this music. I'm gonna keep it on.
Well,
Wait, no, I feel like we're gonna get copyright. Shall we go to it?
Let's go to it without the music.
Yeah, let's go to it.
I've got to log on to Kahoot as well now, haven't I?
Yeah.
Gosh,
you
it's
do.
really hard to eat and play Kahoot.
Yes,
It's hard to
you're
eat
right,
two
Charles.
meals.
Yeah.
I've just
Please
realised-
feel free to abuse Charles with your team names.
Yeah. Oh,
hang on.
yes. They can get back at Charles for the team names.
Yeah.
This is great. Right, I
I
need to
will
download
tell you what,
Kahoot.
I do love a battered sausage. I'm not even apologising for it.
Well, that's
Look,
terrific.
Kahoot's gone all Christmassy. That's
Hungry.
adorable.
Nice, isn't it?
Somebody's hungry. That's probably thanks to you. I need to download the app. This is not gone.
No, you
well.
don't. You can just go to kahoot.it.
Yeah,
Works
I know,
just
but
fine.
I just want to do it because I'm cool. Okay, I'll go to Kahoot.it.
Martin's tummy is there. That's me.
Martin's tummy.
Yeah.
What's the pin? Oh, the pin is 399
2263.
63. Okay, cool.
So good to see Charles the First and Charles the Fourth representing those English kings as ever, and yeah, a few more in there. Season 5 is cool.
Oh,
Look at
it's that Fortnite reference.
Is it? Is it Fortnite reference?
Yeah, season 5 is cool. I agree.
I thought that might be a little known and strange campaign to institute a 5th season of the year between winter and spring.
Wow.
That
Season
would be
5.
nice.
Right. I love Ollie.
Oh, someone's I love Ollie. Is that you, Ollie?
That is me.
Fair enough.
Well, I mean, I thought I could enter in and it looked like somebody loved me. And then I realised I also actually need to reveal to you who I am. So now it just looks like I love myself. Which I do.
Oh,
So,
wow.
anyway.
Somewhere in the Reigate area, Katie Cornish is crying at the moment.
Yeah,
Uh, so that's probably enough, isn't it? 17 players. It's only the pre-show. Shall we?
Yeah, I mean,
shall we play?
It's the pre-show where we started twice, so you know.
Yeah, that is true.
Season 5, dope. That's
Dope.
somebody telling me that I'm very silly about season 5.
Yeah.
Right, let's play.
Let's go. Oh gosh, wait, this is 3 points as well, by the way. So I can claw it back.
What?
You know, you're
Oh, yeah.
reading the questions.
I'm reading
Ollie.
the questions. How many players are there in a rugby league team? This is really unfair. Me and Charles know nothing about sport.
I don't. I think I might know this. To be fair.
I think I do too.
See, I know what football is,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think rugby's the same.
It's not the same sport. No.
No, okay, I'll just go for it. I went with 16. That's awful.
Oh.
But Charles looks happy.
Charles looks like he got that.
This is... Wow. I blame Naomi.
Oh, come on. Come
No,
on
I'm
now.
joking. Wow.
Oh.
Look, wouldn't you believe it? Martin's tummy is in first place. Wait, Charles. Oh, you're the C Merit. Well, Takeout is in second place, followed by We Love Charles, which I don't think is you, is it?
No.
No, he's
And then the C Merit, which is Charles, is in fourth. So, well done.
I really like whoever's in third place. Thank you.
Can I just say the sea merit sounds like something that you would go and see like at the aquarium.
Yeah.
Oh, you must see the sea merit. It's got that one of those weird gills on its face.
Or you're just going to C Merit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See what you did there? Wordplay.
Yeah, that's me. In what part of the body would you find the fibula?
What?
Oh, I know. Oh, do I?
I think I know this one.
I don't know.
But I'm not going to say that in case I get it wrong.
Is the fibula different to the tibula?
I
don't know.
think it's the leg.
I mean, let's be honest. I'm not the medical expert here.
You
Nice.
you were first aid trained though, so
Was.
no longer.
It's expired now.
Is the fibula the sort of thing that can protrude through the skin?
Yes, that's what I think so. So, anyway, well, Martin's tummy is still in first place, but Charles,
Come
the
to you.
C Merit is pulled up into third. Season 5 is Dope is in fourth, and Eliza Hamilton is in fifth. I'm in 12.
Eliza always does well.
So I got some points. I'm happy. Right, next question. In tennis, what piece of fruit is found at the top of the men's Wimbledon trophy? Is it a pineapple, a banana, a grapes plural, or an orange?
It's a good job it's not a grapefruit.
Oh no!
You have to eat it.
I've just answered with the answer to, you know, if you go to Priory Park, there's some statues with this. Okay, it is a pineapple. Phew.
It is pineapple.
You can also find pineapples in Priory Park, which threw me.
Let me tell you right now, I did not know that.
Yes. Okay, that's good.
I was thrown by the grapes plural.
Yeah, that's my bad. Oh, well. The sea merit has now overtaken. Well, Martin's tummy's just gone.
Yeah, Martin, I know you're hungry, but hopefully
What's
you can
that?
eat my bubbles.
It was a sea merit.
This is just slightly cringe now. But look at that. Look who's highest climber. Look at that. I love Ollie.
Oh, well done, I love Ollie.
Thank you. I'm happy now. Right, next question. Congratulations to everyone else, by the way. Where is the smallest bone in the body? Is it the finger, the canine tooth? I was about to say canny.
Oh,
Tooth.
hang on. Is it tooth or bone?
Yeah? Do you not know teeth are bones?
Teeth or
Anyway,
bones?
nose
Yeah.
or ear?
Oh, hang on.
Oh.
Oh.
Tell me you weren't the only person who didn't get that.
No, I
No,
didn't think the
Ollie,
finger
we did
was-
that.
Who did
We
what?
did that in the Satellites 56 quiz.
Did we? Oh, well, I got it right, so there you
Also,
go.
no abuse to you if you were the single person.
Oh,
who
yeah,
did
no,
that.
not at all.
You're
Don't-
super cool.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't expect you to know that. I just, you know. Anyway, the sea merit is on an answer streak and in first place. So, please stop.
I'm bringing this bad boy out in the main show.
No. I'm gonna quit. What close-up fruit is this? Remember, the quicker the answer, the more the points. Nectarine, orange, mango, or cantaloupe. Oh, I know this. No, wait, it won't let me answer. My phone's gone.
I can hardly see it.
No, my
What
phone's
on earth
gone.
is
I know what
this?
this is. I know what it is, but my phone is still on the points. No, I know what this is.
Oh.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
it's mango.
Oh, I was wrong.
I know what this is.
I didn't get an answer, but I was wrong. I thought it was a cantaloupe.
Me
is that not
too.
cantaloupe?
It was a
Wow.
mango.
I feel like I'm shouting a lot. I'll stop. Right. Yes.
Ooh, hang on.
Right. Wow. Takeout is now in first place, followed by Eliza Hamilton. Season 5 is dope, and Charles has dropped down to 4th. Poor Charles.
Hey,
Gosh. Yeah.
it's all right. I'm above Martin. I'm happy.
Yeah.
It's all
What's
good.
what,
Where
what
are
is
you,
season
Martin?
5? Oh, I'm 7.
It's in Fortnite, I think. Oh, you're
Okay.
7th. I'm 9th, so it's close.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, neighbour.
Well. Question 6. How many horses are there on
Ooh.
each team on a polo match?
That was
is
a
it
total guess.
3, 4, 7, or 8?
I have never done polo.
No, I've.
Never watched polo.
I once looked to see if I could do polo, and instead of like directions to park, it gave you helicopter coordinates. So
Oh,
4.
4.
Is that it?
Wow. I suppose it's quite hard, isn't it? You can't have too many
that
horses.
Yeah. Too many horses spoil the game
But
of
you
polo.
know, each
That's it.
person has like 3 horses each, or like
What?
4 horses. Yeah, because they swap horse, like they swap
No.
horse every quarter. No, this is a true.
Oh,
fact.
I see. Not
Oh.
riding around together in a line
No, they're not
you
standing.
can hop
on top of
between them.
4. No,
like a
No.
cowboy.
no, they aren't.
Oh.
Oh, I thought Charles. I thought Charles went.
Clung on there.
Charles
Clunging
4,
on.
another fan of Charles, is moved into 5th. But apart
Thanks,
from that,
guys.
The
not
Charles fandom is very troubling.
I see my fans.
Oh, I'm in 10th, and Martin is in 9th. So that's
Yeah.
very exciting. Although Charles is ahead. This is not good. True or
Oh.
false? Olive oil makes your bones brittle.
That can't be right.
I mean, I have no idea.
Sorry.
We know which way Martin's
Wow.
going.
I've gone false, I'll be honest. But I
I've
wouldn't
gone
go with
false
me
too,
so
but
far.
now I feel like it's true.
Well, no, I feel like the fact is it makes your bones stronger. And Naomi has
Yeah.
turned it around.
Yeah.
I think it's true. It's false. This is great. This is good news.
Okay.
Well, not much movement again. Congratulations to Biggles, who's now on the lead, and Takeout, you're still in first. So
This
that
is the
is
final
exciting.
question.
Okay, well, going into the last round, Charles is in 4th, Martin is in 8th, and I am in 9th. So this is
Here
exciting.
we go.
Okay, right, this is all going to be at speed. Let's have a look. Oh,
It's a puzzle!
Double points, and my dog is barking. Put these foods in order
Whoa.
of least amount of calories to most. Cupcakes, Coke, avocado. Oh, this is going to be like a trick question where like healthy stuff is not. Also, what Coke is it? Is it diet?
Oh no, I reckon that's normal Coke.
Oh gosh, it's tense. I feel really tense now.
This is not good. I've submitted because I wanted to be quick, but
I've had a go.
I don't feel right. This is not good. Gosh. That was
hard. That was a hard question.
hard.
Oh, one person got that right.
Oh my gosh.
Who was it?
I think the
have a
person
knock
who
at
got
the
that
door.
right is probably
Pardon
one.
me. So, sorry. Oh wait, let me skip
Do
it
we
on.
just have to wait for you?
What?
Like-
We're waiting for you now.
Oh, the podium's here. Okay, we'll introduce Kevin Ollie.
Oh, thank you.
In third place, season 5 is dope.
Oh yeah, that makes more sense.
In second place, Eliza Hamilton.
Well done.
And in first place, it is Takeout.
Takeout. Well done.
What points did you get, Martin?
I got 3,697.
Okay, so
Oh.
I got 4,532. So I'm winning. Ollie, how many points did you get?
3,557.
So
Well,
yeah, you lost.
Basically, Charles won.
Well,
Yeah,
I tell you who didn't
Martin.
lose. Is
Oh!
Ollie! Look at that! Charles, you outdone yourself here.
Thank
are
you.
my favourite person ever.
Can I?
I didn't
Look
get you
at
one,
this.
Martin. Sorry.
First of all, you
I
didn't
didn't
get
think
me
you'd want one.
Well, I told him I was
I didn't think
hungry.
you'd want one. I thought Ollie would want one, but you wouldn't.
When I told him I was hungry at 56 and he's
Yeah.
gone and been nice.
So
Wait,
I
I
feel
should probably
really
do
bad now.
something.
I wasn't really expecting it to come
Oh
now.
my gosh, this actually smells delightful.
Ollie, I got the dips wrong, by the way.
What?
I only got 2 ketchups, and I put 2 sweet and sours because I went
Oh, hang on! I've got a knock at the door. This is so exciting.
What? Martin has a knock at the door. Oh no, they give me so much ketchup. Look at this.
I had no idea what you'd want, Martin, so I just went for a standard sort of.
Can I
meal.
just say, I was so close to slamming my laptop screen closed and walking out.
This is.
Other fast food restaurants
Yes.
are available.
Sorry.
Charles.
What is sweet curry?
Oh, I didn't want a sweet curry. That's wrong.
What
I was
is-
meant to be ketchup.
What is
Sorry.
sweet
Oh
curry?
my gosh, Charles! It's amazing.
Charles, you are actually
I ordered you a burger and fries, Martin. I didn't
That's
know what
amazing.
you. So
I mean, that's genuinely perfect. Thank you so much.
You're actually my favourite person ever.
Oh, this is.
Now, can I
extraordinary.
just say?
Is this?
Chicken
Does it? By the
nugget.
way, I like. Is everyone watching this like
No.
hating us right now?
Yeah, yes, probably, but also I haven't. It's not an Oprah Winfrey, Ellen DeGeneres moment. You are not all going to get knocks at your doors.
Oh my
going,
gosh! Could you
"Here's a
imagine?
McDonald's."
Oh, this is perfect.
Well, whilst you start to tuck in, Ollie, shall we get the satellites news thingamajiggy?
No, we're late, so I'm just gonna go
Okay.
straight into it. I feel
You
like-
go into your story then.
I'm
Just
like
tell
that's
us your
the problem.
story.
Okay, well, I'll go very briefly. Again, it's not a recent story, but I thought I'd keep up with the non-recent story. Anyway, so it's set at Thanksgiving, and this is a lovely grandma. It's just a nice story that I felt was newsworthy. Anyway, so this lovely grandma sent this to a group chat. What she thought was a Thanksgiving dinner at my house, you know, blah blah blah. See you there, and then obviously this guy replies, "Who's this?"
Yep.
Because it's just a random message.
Yeah.
Who is those?
And then she says, "Your grandma," and then he's like, I mean, he knows this isn't his grandma, so he's like, "Grandma, can I have a picture?" And then so she sends him a picture. Yes, here I am at work. So you look nice and happy.
Aw.
And then he sends one back and says, says, "You are not my grandma, but can I still get a plate though?" And then she said, "Of course you can. That's what grandmas do. They feed everyone." So this was a little romantic story. I love it. And so every single year since 2016, they have met up and had Thanksgiving together. And here's some lovely pictures of them having Thanksgiving. And then, I mean, I don't want to bring the mood down. Here is 2020, which is slightly sad.
Oh.
But it is lovely. Can I just say, unrelated to coronavirus. Just
Okay.
thrown out there. But this is 2020, and I just think it was the cutest story because she accidentally texted him, and they've just met up. Martin looks sad. This was not what I was going for.
I mean, that is the most beautiful story. Thanks for bringing that into our lives, Ollie.
Thank you. I tried. So,
Charles, you've got a really good one.
I have got a really good one. I've just sent Ollie the photo. Don't put it up yet, Ollie. I'll tell you when. Okay, I'll cue you. Okay, I've got to go serious for this.
Go on.
Jenny Cliff Beach, Plymouth, Devon. It's the 27th of November, 2020. A year of turmoil and chaos. Ben Landricum is walking his dog along the beach. It's just another day, he probably thought to himself. It's nice to relax after the stress of being a military of defence maintenance worker.
gosh.
I'm 38 years of age, and what have I got to show for it? How will I be remembered? Again, all thoughts that he was probably thinking to himself. Then he saw it. His pupils dilated as he came across a find of a lifetime. He couldn't believe his eyes. Heart racing, he runs over to it. It really is. He picks it up and takes it home. I can't keep this to myself, he thinks. Probably. I'll show it to my neighbours. But will they believe me? Knock, knock, knock. Hello? Oh, hi, Ben. You all right? Yeah, I'm good, thanks. What can I be helping you with? I'm going to show you something that I think will blow your mind. Ben pulls back his coat and reveals a skeleton, which he describes as a human backbone with a fin bone at the end. My word, Ben, it's a bloomin' mermaid. That's what I thought, says Ben, shaking his head. I can't believe it. I've only gone and found a dead mermaid. Let's see can we get the picture,
Yep.
Rolly?
Sorry.
He's only gone and found a blooming mermaid, right? And with that, he rings the only newspaper brave enough to take on such a groundbreaking discovery, The Sun. The Brittle Mermaid, they called it. Ben beams with pride. I've done it, Mum. I've made it. He reads the article, excited that this piece of lightweight journalism is believing his tale.
Well done.
And then his face drops. For The Sun have stabbed him in the back. They only went and asked a professional archaeologist what he thinks. I'd say they're a sheep, goat or deer, says Dr. James Morris. But what does he know? The whole fishing village have made up their mind. There was a mermaid murder in the town of Plymouth. And Ben won't rest until he's put an end to this fishy affair. The Brittle Mermaid, a new ITV drama series coming early next year.
Very
That was-
good.
That was terrific.
There you go. I mean,
Emotional.
he genuinely believes it's a mermaid.
Wow.
God bless him.
He looks like a Wii character. I'm serious. Look at this guy and tell me this guy does not look like somebody you'd make on Wii. Like, I never want to make fun of people's appearance, but like, he does
Yeah.
look fake. Just saying.
There you go. That's the important news covered this week. That's
Wow.
all from the pre-show. Look, we had it all. A tense quiz, unhealthy eating, and mermaids and texting grannies. That's all from the pre-show. We won't be back for the pre-show next week. That's the last one.
Can you believe it?
If the special guest is watching, could they join the Zoom call?
Okay. Oh, yes. If the special guest is watching, please join the Zoom call.
Yeah.
We need you.
Yeah, we do.
Right.
We're back in like 3 minutes.
In 1 minute.
Great.
Oh, gosh.
See you.
10, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening and welcome to Satellites Live once again.
You are live. Oh.
Good evening and welcome to Satellites Live. Does Youth Alpha for the last time, I think, this evening. With, as always, me, Martin Saunders, and him, Charles Merritt. How are you, Charles?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, good. Had a lovely pre-show, and now here for the main show. It's exciting.
Let's be honest. You say we had a lovely pre-show. It was fraught with technical difficulties.
Yes, it was.
Good to get the gremlins out of the way so that we can really hit our stride and be super professional.
Super professional in this, the main show. We know what we're doing.
Absolutely.
Under control.
Everybody who's involved in this broadcast is fully briefed and knows exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
And knew that they were involved this evening in this.
And I send an email out quite early on to say, look, make sure, because I want, we want the main show to be really prepared, really, everyone really knows what they're doing so that there's no, messing up or anything like that.
Yeah, no, none of that. So, hey, here's something exciting. In the midst of a difficult year, we have a brand new youth leader, and you may have met her already at things like Space. But we thought the time had come for her to bring that air of professionalism and class to Satellites Live, and we thought, why don't we get her on here to make the best possible first impression she could on you? So are you ready to meet tonight's special guest? She definitely remembered she was on this evening. Please welcome Ellen White. You'd forgotten, hadn't you?
Literally mortified.
You came on in a bit of a fluster.
I am I'm literally sitting here with dinner, enjoying the show, loving all of it, literally lols, chit-chat, chatting. See, can whoever is the special guest please come on the Zoom call? And like this sudden moment of sick came upon me. Like almost the work of the Holy Spirit, but in a really horrific fashion, as I realized that I'm pretty sure I'd seen a random email that had Martin's name on it and then promptly ignored it.
Well, don't worry about that, Ellen. It's lovely to have you on. All joking apart, it's lovely to have you on Satellites Live. I'll be honest, we don't do that much preparation anyway. Ellen, just why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you and your family and your job and who you are.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ellen. I live in Reigate, in the Hatch, down in the Hatch. It's the Bronx. And I have 3 kids. I'm married to Matt. And I'm a nurse. I'm a pediatric nurse. I look after children who are waiting for kidney transplantation up in London. Is that what you need to know?
That's great. That's perfect.
I've also got a great jumper, which, to be fair, I'm so thrilled I'm wearing.
Oh,
Slay the
Slay.
patriarchy.
Yeah.
Great.
Hello.
Great. Okay. Get political in the first week. That's fantastic.
It's Christmas. Slay.
Hey, well, let us be the patriarchy to you this evening. Let's see how that goes. Ellen, I don't know if I want to know the answer to this question. Have you prepared the notices at all?
Yep.
Great, got the notices. Okay, so this is what we like to do with our guest host every week. We like to say, you do the notices and we'll fill in any blanks.
Okay.
So
I can do this.
the floor, somewhat unwisely probably, is yours.
Okay. Would you like this read in a specific genre of fashion, or just...
Let's not be too ambitious, eh?
Let's definitely not be too ambitious. So, everybody, as announced last week, Satellites Festival is happening next summer from the 10th to the 14th of August. We think the cost is a lot of money, but that's fine. We'll work it out. Cost is no issue, people. Just reading as I go. But it includes literally everything, so it's perfect. Christmas Space. This is your next notice. This is going to be live in person. This is actually quite exciting. You can actually do something in person. This is monumental. This is big news. This is the only thing that can be done in person anywhere. And that is on the 13th of December. So this needs to be in your diaries. We're releasing spaces next Wednesday evening. Also put that in your diary, the point when the spaces are released. Get signed up. And Satellites Live is running for 2 more weeks. Obviously, next guests will be much more organized with their notices. And that is going to end with a massive Christmas spectacular on the 16th of December. This is also big news. Christmas spectacular, 16th of December. Do not miss it. And also, some random guy has written a book. It's all right. And you should maybe get someone to buy that for you if you want. That's Martin. He's written a book. He wants to plug it. Buy the book.
I'm not sure that's how I wrote it in the notes, but okay.
It's exactly as he wrote it.
Thank you, Ellen. That was remarkably informational. Thank you
What
so
I liked
much.
is normally the notices, very prepared and very feel like they've heard them before. But what I really loved about your performance there was that you had like a genuine surprise of, oh, this is news. This is exciting. Like these notices are different. They're new. They're spicy. Like I love that. That was beautiful.
Because they were news to her as well.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why.
It's all news to me.
Oh, that's brilliant. Right, well, anything could happen this evening. Do join in on WhatsApp or using the chat function on YouTube. Also, you can participate in our alpha questions this afternoon using the anonymous link, which Ollie has put on the bottom of the screen there, polev.com/satellites live. And it was great last week as well to be able to pray for you. So you can also use that link to tell us, if you want us to pray for you or anything else like that. It's all anonymous. But we are going to get on with the show, as they say in the in the show business. And we're going to do a Kahoot quiz. Have you done one of those before, Ellen?
Yep, just rapidly loading things up.
Well done. So we're gonna do the Kahoot this evening. It's a bit of a general knowledge.
Cool.
And I must remember to tell my story as well, Charles. Let's not forget.
Yes.
If we have a moment in a second, I'll tell my story.
Right. I think we'll have some time at the end, actually. So.
Great. Okay, I'll tell my story at the end. So here's the pin for tonight's Kahoot, 3230718. We should have Grandmaster Ollie on the mic.
I have
Ollie?
arrived.
There he is.
Nice of you to arrive, Ellen.
No
Wow.
problem. Prepared for every eventuality here.
To be fair,
Ellen,
oh,
I was just going to say, Ellen, you don't have to play the quiz.
I'm playing the quiz. I'm involved. I'm
Okay.
prepared.
just
Are
want
you
to point
playing
out-
the quiz, Charles? The C.
I'm
Merritt appears
not
to be
because
in
they've
there.
spelt my name wrong. So,
Oh,
but I appreciate.
wow.
Which name's yours, Ellen?
Are you Ellen's late, Ellen?
Or hashtag prepared? Or yeah, that one. Yeah, okay, fair.
Ah, good to see. What is that emoji one?
It's a car.
That's like a van and a.
Is that something to do with like the takeaway stuff, maybe,
Oh, maybe. Yeah,
or
very
being
good.
late? Maybe I get mad. I don't know.
I see Jess and Amy there with the donut fandom. That's good.
Oh yeah. I know you can't steal the donut fandom from us.
First place.
But welcome
there.
to donut fandom. Mermaid Bones. I like that.
Very good. Just go for your name. That's fine,
Yeah. Well done, Joel.
son. And oh, there's another The Sea Merritt. Now, hang on,
Oh,
what's
wow.
going on here?
This is new. Identity theft is not a joke. Moniqua?
Moniqua.
Is it Moniqua or is it Monikiwa?
Moniqua. So we're going to a couple of minutes because a couple of people have dropped out there, and I don't know whether that's accidental. But do log on, compete with your family, and we'll get going in just about 30 seconds. Ollie, are we all ready?
I am so ready. Yep. I'm ready and waiting for you.
Fully
Not
prepared.
showing me up, Ollie.
Yeah. No. No.
Right. Let's get going, I think.
Uh,
So this is a general knowledge quiz tonight. There's no sort of funny element to it. It's just a general knowledge quiz. 8 questions instead of 7 this week. So we'll rattle through them. Here's question 1. If you dug a hole through the center of the earth, starting from Wellington, New Zealand, and going straight down, which country would you emerge in? I mean, obviously you can't go through the earth's core. We know that. But if you could, would you go to Wales, Spain, Iceland, or Kenya?
How would they even know this? Who has tried it?
Well, no one's dug the hole. They've just measured it.
If you've got a globe out, Ellen, and you
Who's
went like
tried
that,
it?
you'd know where it come out.
I haven't. I got it right.
Oh, fantastic.
oh,
Spain is the correct answer. Brilliant. Okay, who got that right? Let's see.
Let's have a look at the answer. Hashtag prepared. Ellen is in first place.
Ooh.
Wow. And
I thought that
see-
was someone trolling Ellen.
Yeah.
Late
The
to
I'm
the
just going to come off
party.
the call now because I think I'm done.
Yeah, late to the live stream, early for the first place. But yeah.
Nice. Boom. So well done, everyone who got that right. Let's have question number 2. Which tax did Henry VIII introduce in 1536? Income tax, hat tax, boat tax, or beard tax?
Ooh.
Now he had a beard, so
He
would
also, but look at that picture. He also had a hat and a boat,
Yeah, but Donald Trump also is in charge of
And
taxes.
many wives.
and a lot of income.
Yeah.
Only 4 people got that right. It was actually a beard tax.
What?
Ellen, are you winning this? Is this what happens when you arrive late to a party? You end up winning the quiz as well.
Wow.
Oh, hello.
Only Ellen and Jacob got points. Well, mate, I don't know. That could be false.
It
But,
could be Jacob or just someone called the Jacobinator.
Yeah. Well, yes. So congratulations to you two.
Well done. Let's keep it moving. We've got 8 questions tonight. Question number 3. The average British person, this is a medical question, does what 13 times a day? Burps, laughs, farts, or cues, which isn't medical.
I think we've laughed more than 13 times within this live stream. So
Yeah, but the average British person, we are not the
Oh, yeah.
average British people.
Is it rude to ask how many times anyone's farted during the live stream thus far?
Martin's definitely shifted a couple of times.
No. It's hard though, isn't it, this one? And
Wait, it's
only-
laughs.
Oh, you all went for the
What?
base answer and you thought it was farts. It's not, it's laughs. Laughs. 13 laughs a day. I know people who don't laugh at all, so it must
We are
average out.
boring, yeah.
There are definitely days where I don't laugh.
No.
Josh, that's dark. There are days when I don't laugh.
Oh,
That's sad.
Donut
Well,
Fandom is making its
Jess and
stand.
Amy
Sorry,
Amy
are
Alex.
now in third. Yeah, you stole my job. That's unfair. Jess and Amy are now in third place, followed by Porcult. Is that how we're saying it?
Sure.
I think so. Let's go for that.
Cool. Let's go for it.
Let's go. Let's keep going.
Well done.
Oh, it's a true or false.
Ooh.
The leader of Turkmenistan passed a law saying that his face must be on all the country's yogurt pots. True or false?
That sounds.
Did you ever play the clean lid game with yogurts? We used to play that as a family because we're really cool.
No, I only
You
played
pull
that
off
in
the lid.
Kazakhstan.
Pulled off the lid of the yogurt pot, and if it was clean, you win.
Oh.
You know, like how it normally has a bit of yogurt on.
That is the worst game.
Yeah,
I've
that is on
ever-
Wow.
It's on the
Charles, no wonder there are days when you don't laugh.
Yeah, it's on the yogurt days.
That is tragic.
Well, guess what? It's true. The president of Turkmenistan passed a law saying that his face must be on all the country's yogurt pots. It's absolutely true.
it's reasonable.
Look it up. Google it. Turkmenistan yogurt face.
Wow. Well, not much change at the top, but Porkalot is now in third.
Not pork a lot. Porgalt.
Porkalot.
Not pork a lot, Ollie.
I don't know. Biggles is now in fourth, and Mermaid Bones. Ellen, what laugh is that? Oh my god.
Sadly, this is the laugh that people get to hear a lot more than 13 times.
Let's go.
Oh,
Let's
sorry.
get going.
Let's go.
Soz.
Right,
Question number
here we go.
5. In which country are there 6 villages called Silly and 12 called Billy? Is it Scotland, Canada, France,
Oh no,
or
I thought that was in
Australia?
Austria.
Charles, can you do Silly and Billy in all these 4 accents, please?
Silly. Billy. That was actually quite good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Very
Keep going. Do
Yeah.
Canada.
Silly.
No.
Billy.
Wow, that sounds like someone's Siri is broken.
No one got
Silly.
it right.
And Billy.
No
Oh,
one
there
got
you
that
go.
right. Let's move on.
No one got it right. Gosh.
It
well,
was Silly and Billy.
Yeah.
Uh,
Not
next
Silly
question.
and Billy.
Next question. What is Scooby-Doo's full name? Is it Scoobit Doo, Scott Orson Doonesbury, Scooble McDougal, or Scooby Dooberson? I'm going to say this is absolutely true, but in what truth is relative in this context, isn't it?
True.
Also, why have you got the Scooby-Doo live show?
Uh,
out of all,
all-
out of all
it's
the
all I had
pictures.
to write.
Goes there every week.
Oh.
well, 4 of you got that right. It's Scoobit Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Embarrassingly,
Good
so
knowledge.
did I knew that.
Did you get that, Charles?
No, I didn't. But it's good knowledge that you
No,
knew the
no.
answer.
Ellen, you know your name is Ellen, not Charles.
Hey. Turns out Bob Zachary got that right.
Well
Well
done.
done.
Up 12 places. Well done.
And Jess and Amy
And-
moved up.
Yeah, let's keep going. And this is a good one. What is the cross between a donkey and a zebra genuinely known as?
I know
This is a proper animal name. Is a donkey zebra, which you can see on the screen there, a donzi, a zebra, a zedonk, or a donkbra?
See, I thought I knew this, but none of those are the ones that I thought it was.
Yeah, same.
Well, place your answers.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of a horse.
Oh, a lot of people got that right.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
People know they're donkeys.
They know the zedonks.
The Z-Donks. Wow, well, not much change at the top, but 3rd, 4th, and 5th have all caught up. And Biggles, Mermaid Bones, and Eliza are all in the running.
Do you know what? Before we move on, with one question to go, the last question is a double pointer, and the top 5 here are all within like 300 points.
Yeah,
So
and you
I've
can get
never,
2,000
it's
points.
never been closer. I think we could end up with a completely different
No,
podium after this
Also,
question.
if you had 0 points, you could
Yeah.
make it. You could pretty much make it into the
Yeah.
podium.
Yeah, kind of.
It is literally
Almost.
all to play for.
That's crazy.
Let's have the final question.
Gosh, this is scary.
Final question. And it's a double pointer, as I said. Native to the Caribbean, what sort of animal is the mountain chicken? Is the mountain chicken a type of frog, a type of monkey, or a type of cat?
Oh.
What kind of animal is the Caribbean mountain chicken?
That was a tough question.
Yeah, well, it's a double pointer. It's worth, you can basically win the quiz if you get this right.
I feel like you're the kind of person who it would actually be a chicken. It's
It's
not!
actually a frog.
Oh my goodness.
Can you
Wow.
believe that?
Oh, well,
And what's exciting about that is only 6 people got it right. So we have absolutely no idea who's on the podium.
Oh my gosh, this is
Isn't this exciting?
This is really exciting.
Oh yes.
Let's go. Let's find
This
out.
day is full of all the surprises.
Right, well, in third
Certainly
place
for you.
was first place.
Oh,
all good,
irony.
but well done. Second place was Cahoo Kangaroo.
Cahoo
out of
Kangaroo.
nowhere.
And the
in
winner-
fourth place, it was
Oh,
Biggles. Biggles.
what a great name, by the way.
Wow,
I love
Biggles.
Biggles.
Wow, Porky
Oh.
was in
Good.
fourth, and Bob Zachary was in fifth. Well done.
Wow.
Done.
Done.
Good work.
What is
Wow.
interesting is they obviously leapt hugely there because they only had 3 out of 8, 3 out of 8, and 4 out of 8 there.
Amazing.
It's mad. Look at that.
All that
Crazy
final
things.
Caribbean mountain chicken.
Woof. Well, what a giggle we've had, and you know, as we come to the end of the Alpha series this week, you know, maybe it's about time that we reflected a bit on Alpha, but let's do that now.
Oh, is that the cue?
Yep.
I feel quite sad, Charles,
Yeah, so do I.
because it is the final week of Satellite Stars Youth Alpha, and I've enjoyed sitting in a line next to you.
It's been nice, hasn't it?
I personally enjoyed this. Could have had slightly more comfortable chairs, if I'm honest.
I couldn't help that.
I've been here for 12 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm getting sores in places I don't want to.
Wow.
I'm just trying to make you faint every week.
Yeah, okay. Well,
So we want to know, before we get on to this, the topic of this one, we want to know what your experience has been of Alpha. Charles, how have you found being trapped in this room with me for 12 weeks?
I have loved it. I have loved being able to talk about our faith. You know, we kind of talked about that in evangelism, but, you know, just having the opportunity to wrestle with some of these stuff, these big questions that, you know, sometimes we just forget to ask.
Yeah.
We get on with our Christian faith, we go to church, or we watch church, or however we access church nowadays. And, you know, and we don't spend much time thinking about it as we should, I think.
Well, we want to find out how you have found the last 12 weeks. So be completely honest. How have you found Youth Alpha? What's your experience been of Alpha, and do you have any highlights?
Okay, so our first question is all about Alpha, and what has your experience of Alpha been? Obviously, we've still got this week to go, but tell us anyway what your experience of Alpha has been. And we would love you to be as honest as possible, because you know, we can't help grow these sort of things and understand what you're struggling with and all the rest of it if you're not honest. So please be honest. We'd love you to. Honestly, Martin and I will not be offended if you absolutely hated every video that we've made. I will cry a little bit because I spent quite a long time editing, but I will not be offended if the content wasn't good. If you comment on the editing, that's when I will get you. But if you comment on the content, I don't really
Let's be clear,
mind.
you can give us your comments with very specific boundaries in place.
Yeah. And you can be very honest on the anonymous link, which is in your WhatsApp groups now. So you can answer there, where you can be as honest, because we won't know. We won't know who it is.
It's also on the screen there, Charles, polev.com/satellites live, and that really is your go-to if you didn't like the editing.
Yes, yeah. I won't be able to tell Charles who didn't like his editing.
Very good.
Thank you. We've got one response saying that it was really, really good.
Oh, great. Well, why don't we just finish it there?
Great, next bit. So,
Ellen, you're here as our special guest, as you now know, and we wondered whether you could give us your reflection. So you've been following along at home over the last few weeks, but also you've done Alpha with the church and you've done Alpha in the past. So what's your experience been of Alpha?
So I've been doing Alpha, multiple different ways, and there's a lot of Alpha that I really like. Mostly it makes me very angry, but this is the sort of person that I am. So it sparks in me a bit of anger, and then I always have to go, okay, why is this making me so angry? And usually it's because there's something that it's kind of triggered in me where I'm just get really cross with everybody else. And then I'm like, well, actually, probably I might be a little bit of a part of that. So therefore, Alpha probably inspires me to change some things, but following a period of intense anger.
Great. We've got the full gamut of emotions this evening.
Yes.
It's been quite a journey. We're only at 25 past 7. What I love about your honesty there, and I hope other people respond to that too, and are prepared to share the bits that they haven't loved, is that it will be easy to say I've loved all of it, but let's be honest, like you say, there are things that we've said on the video, some ideas which sound great in practice, but when you actually have to live through them in real life, it doesn't always feel as easy as that. So it's very easy for me and Charles to sit in our what I'm going to call studio and say, hey, walk up to your friends and tell them about Jesus. It's a totally different thing when you're having to do that in the context of real life. So let us know. Thanks for sharing that. Let us know what you've made of Alpha over the last 10 weeks. Have we got some anonymous comments, Ollie?
Yes, we did. We had one that says that I was thoroughly enjoying the Alpha videos until I saw Charles's hand go behind the TV and realised it wasn't real.
Yeah. Well done.
All
Good
right.
answer. It's a great answer.
We had Skep winning the Kahoot. I assume that's Skep saying that. And then
great.
somebody saying it was the best it could be, ... So...
Could be considering the hosts.
I'm assuming that I'm assuming that means in terms of because we couldn't meet in person, it was as good as it could have been.
I see.
Given
Yes.
that. I mean, I'm going to take it as that. If it's not, please do say I'm putting words in your mouth. So.
That's a very generous reading of events, Charles.
Yeah.
I have to say.
I agree.
Anyone else on the WhatsApp just want to say anything? I've got a couple of comments here which I'll read. The pre-show is really good. We'll just mention that because this evening, let's be honest, it wasn't. It's also fun. It's also fun doing this online where we all get to answer. And it's therefore less scary online than in person. Well, that's good, isn't it? So for some people, actually, this has been quite liberating to be able to sit behind a screen and ask questions and be anonymous and answer over text and stuff. So that's good news.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, that's good news.
Great. Well, keep those responses coming in. We'd love to know. Honestly, we really do love and appreciate your feedback. Because as I said, we can't grow and we can't help you guys if we don't know what you need help with. And how best to help you. So please do enter in. Well, let's get into the actual main bulk of this episode then, which this week is all about the church.
Charles, I want to play a game
Yes.
called Wrong Answers Only.
Oh,
And so, Charles, I'm going to ask you a question, and you're going to give me a wrong answer. Okay? So you might know the answer, but you have to come up with an incorrect answer.
Yep.
That will somehow make sense.
yes.
Okay? You understand the rules of the game?
No. This is the incorrect answer.
Very good. Very good. You are properly paying attention. Okay. Who is Batman?
Batman is the Queen. A lot of people don't know this, but she dresses up like a cat. But people thought that she was a bat, and so therefore they mistook her for a man and a bat and called her Batman.
Brilliant. What is the capital of England?
Uruguay.
Okay. What is the church?
The church is a underground bunker in which people go to smash plates.
Now, the reason we played that game and we asked the question, what is church, in the context of wrong answers only, is because often we find people have a misunderstanding of what church is for and what church is. So what do a lot of people think the church actually is?
It's just a building, innit?
Exactly. But it's not.
What?
It's
What?
not just a building. I mean, churches are buildings.
Yeah.
That's true. But that's not what all the church is by any means. So in this final episode of Youth Alpha, we are going to look at some better answers to that question, what is the church? So the first thing to say is the church isn't limited to a building. The church around the world, and let's not lose sight of that, is the family of God. And I don't think we often think about, I don't know about you, but I don't often think about like my family in the church beyond like just the people who go to our church. But actually, even in our town, there are lots of other churches that meet who are part of our Christian family, and that's also true in our county, that's true in our country, that's true in the continent, and then all over the world right now, there are literally millions of people who are right now worshipping, looking at their Bible, living out their Christian faith in some way. Christians are absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
In a nice way.
Yeah, no.
Our family is absolutely enormous, and I don't think we think about that very often.
No.
But the church is a family. And so this is an interesting verse that I want to share with you. It's from Ephesians chapter 2, and it comes from verses 19 to 22, so we've paraphrased it a little bit. But it basically says the church is a building built out of people, and that Jesus is the cornerstone that holds it all together. So cornerstone is like a building term that I don't really understand, but basically it's the most important.
Yeah, it's the strongest bit of foundation.
Yeah, and it's the bit where they build out from it, I
Yes,
think.
yeah.
And Jesus is like the cornerstone in a building. But that's not, we shouldn't be confused and think it's saying the church is a building. The church is like a building made out of people.
Can I just say that a building up of people makes it sound like Wreck-It Ralph 2, where there's loads of Wreck-It Ralphs.
Oh, yeah.
And he has the massive one. That's what I've got in my head.
Yeah.
And that's not what I think it's trying to say.
No, it's not. It's not. And the thing is, we all know that different churches believe or think slightly different things. So there are lots of churches in our town, but some of them believe slightly different things, or they practice their faith in different ways. But apart from the things that might slightly divide us or that we disagree on, there's far more important stuff that we all agree on. And Jesus actually prays in John 17 that Christians should be united as one. So he actually wants us to think of all those churches here and further afield as part of the church family. So here's the key point, really. The church isn't a building you go to, it's a family you belong to.
That's lovely.
It's lovely, isn't it?
You know what? That should be above the door of the church. Building. But not, because...
Made out of people? Like, like...
Sorry, I've just got... Where would you hammer it?
No, I don't mean literally made out of people. I mean, you could get one of those fonts, which is people making letters.
Yeah.
I don't know what letter that is.
See?
The family of God is a place of deep friendship and community and belonging. And sometimes we don't have many of those places in our lives. And, we talked in a previous week about how we hope that that's what Satellites is like for you, that it's a place of deep friendship, a place where you belong, a place where you have family that genuinely cares about your life and cares about you. Church is also a way for us to stay encouraged and stay strong in our faith. It's a place for us to keep coming back to, where people like us who've understood the good news about Jesus can spend time with us, and together we can build up each other's faith. Now, we're going to hear a bit more about what that looks in practice now from the person in this series who has by far the best name. He's the Archbishop of Manila in the Philippines, and he has a proper name, but his friends call him, and I don't know if you're a fan of cheesy snacks, his friends call him Cheeto.
Ooh.
Which I think, I don't know if they still do Cheetos.
I think in America they do.
Yeah.
It's not really. It's like the What's It.
Like a What's It.
The American What's It.
Anyway, this is not an American What's It. This is the Archbishop of Manila. Roll VT.
Yeah, my full name is Luis Antonio Tagle, and people who like me call me Cheeto. In all cultures, the family is really central. The family is where we experience belongingness, where you know you are not alone, that some people consider you their own. And that opens your heart to accept other people also. Of course, that is almost expected or natural when the family is along bloodlines. But the church is a family where the belongingness to one another happens because we have been made one. But for me also, a family is not just where you belong, where you feel you are not alone, but it is also a community where you could be yourself. Before people whom you do not consider family, you need to present a certain image of yourself. But when you are with family, you could appear tired, lonely, cranky, whatever, and feel secure that you would be accepted. One mark of a family is the readiness to forgive. That's the church. Peace, belongingness, and reconciliation in Jesus Christ. We do not just create that identity as body of Christ, as a family of God. It is given to us by God. And what a family the church is. What a family. I love Jesus. And when you love Jesus, you love those whom He loves. If we learn from Jesus, then we can make the church more and more the welcoming home and the family that Jesus had intended it to be.
Woo! Wow. We absolutely love Cheeto.
Love Cheeto.
He's like my new favorite person in the world. So what has been your experience of church? This is, again, please be honest. We want to know honest opinions here. What has been your experience of church? Maybe you've absolutely loved it and you go every week and you have a great time. Or maybe it's that place that you don't really go to very often, except for satellites or when it's a bit more fun, because it bores you to death when someone's saying a 30-minute prayer. What has been your experience of church? We'd love to know, so please do let us know. Ellen, what has your experience of church been like?
So I've been going to church since I was born. Did loads of different churches, where the one when I was a child growing up, and then as I've gone to different parts of the country, and then I've settled in Reigate. My experience of church, my sister wrote something in one of my children's baptism cards, and I wish I could remember it, and later I'm going to find it and then I'm going to put it on the WhatsApp group, because what she said was that the church will always be there. The church will be a safe haven for you to come back to. Wherever you wander, wherever you go, you will always find safety. And I can't remember what else she put, but to me, it was so true. There's been points in my life where I've moved away from going to church, where I considered myself still to be a Christian and then not really gone to church, and I've missed it. It's been such a crucial element that I've missed out of my life. I just don't really seem to function without it. And during this period of lockdown, when we've not been allowed even in the church building, and I know it's not about a building, it's about so much more than a building, but something about that even is so special to me, that when we were allowed to go back into the church and all masked, and I thought, well, this is a load of rubbish. What's the point in this? Can't sing, we can't do anything. And there was something in that place which just, over months of turmoil, and I had been all over the place during this time, it just rested my soul when I went in that building.
That's wonderful. I think sometimes we get so hung up on the whole church isn't a building thing that we forget that church is a building as well. And it is. And I agree with you totally. There's something wonderful about walking into that place and thinking, take our church, which Charles is beautifully modeling for us there in that postcard. People have been praying prayers in that building for hundreds and hundreds of years. People who were seeing wars and, awful things that were, the full sweep of history in the last 1,000 years. People have been coming into that building and praying and spending time as Christian family and spending time seeking God. That is, yeah, it's pretty profound, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's epic.
Nice.
The fact that we get to meet other people who are Christians, I don't think I've said this a few times, you know, I grew up in quite a small church and it's quite a small youth group. And so being able to go to a different, and to be able to go to like Soul Survivor and other events, which I would still count as church because it's a gathering of Christians, like to see other people and that celebrate Jesus and love Jesus with their heart, like it's so encouraging, isn't it? I think, you know, if we had that faith and we just had to keep it to ourselves and not tell anyone or talk about it, like it would be really difficult. But the fact that we can share, you know, not just the good times, but also the really difficult times in our lives, that when we're not quite feeling as buddy with Jesus as we probably should be or could be, you know, it's really nice to have that support network there. And we've got a couple of comments. I'm not going to say the name of this person in case it gives it away, but my old church was boring and I just went because it was what we did. But since I moved to St. Mary's last September, it's been so good. So we'll take that. We'll take that.
And that's from Richard Wilson. Not really. That was a joke. Everybody, nobody tell him it was a joke. The joke. You're going to have a new youth worker soon.
Yeah. Okay, so this one says, I've been to so many churches and it's always been a bit weird because everyone knew who I was and it was like having a mum as a teacher. She was the vicar. But I love church. It really is a safe place. It's my family. I have a God family from church and they mean the world to me. And just walking into church and people saying hi and I just go and hug like 20 people. It's so much fun and accepting and loving, and you're just always surrounded by people you love and who love you no matter what. It really is a family.
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you so much for sharing that. I mean, do tell us, you know, the bits that you don't find so easy about church, and also, you know, tell us the bits that you miss. Would love to know kind of what are the things that over the last year particularly have jumped out. And we'll read some of these answers later on as well. What have been the bits that have been the bits that you've really missed as we've met like this, and what have been the things that you've really appreciated about doing church in this way? Like somebody just said in one of the previous answers, actually sometimes being behind a screen can have its advantages as well, and you can feel more connected in some ways or more able to share in depth because you've got that distance. So yeah, tell us what you've been thinking over the last year about church as well as we go into the next bit.
Yeah, Ollie, do we have any on the anonymous link?
Yeah, there were one or two. The one saying, I used to love going there at 9 a.m. and playing football with friends before and after sessions, and then I'd walk home at midday until lockdown. Sad face. Yeah. And then somebody saying, oh, hello, Ellen. No, it's in...
I've even been to church, even when it's not open, for some weird reason, just going to the building. Like even that means something. The doors that have been closed, I've gone and shouted at the church before, genuinely actually shouted at the church. That's a true, honest story, because it just felt that was somewhere to go and say what I wasn't happy about.
Just to be clear, Ellen, because let's be honest, that what you just said is quite weird. I mean, I'm just putting it out there. We were all thinking it. What I think what you mean is you weren't like just shouting at a building because you were angry. It was a place for you to articulate prayer.
When I don't know what else, how to feel or think, and how to even articulate it, and I don't actually know how to pray in the conventional, I'm going to pray about this, because I don't want to pray about it. It's too much. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
so then
totally.
I've just gone and said it to the building. And I haven't technically prayed or asked God for X, Y, and Z. I've just gone and said, blah, blah, blah. And essentially it is like the most psychotic prayer. That's what it is. But it feels like when there's nowhere else to go to kind of calm the turmoil or make sense of it, and you don't, then there's a place. That place is unmovable. It is a place. Now, whether that church is St. Mary's Church building or whether your church is something else, it is unmovable. It's a strong fortress.
And if you do see Ellen outside of the church, just give her a wide berth. Just don't go anywhere near. Cool. So,
A local woman was arrested today after shouting outside a series of church buildings.
okay, let's get to the next bit of Alpha, the final bit of Alpha.
So there's just a few more things that we want to say about the church. We've explained already that the church isn't just a building, and it's not just about the services we hold. That's a really important thing to say, isn't it? It's not just about like singing songs. In fact, like the pandemic has really helped us to understand that the church definitely isn't just about singing songs. But there's something really interesting that comes up a couple of times in the New Testament, and it's this idea that the church is like a body. It's like it's referred to as the body of Christ. And one of the reasons why that metaphor is really helpful is because Paul says that while it's one body, so one church, it also has many different parts, and the parts do different things. Do you want to explain to us what you think that means?
Yeah, I mean, let's modernize it. I know bodies are still modern, but let's try and put it into a way that, like, if you think about a computer or something, there's lots of different components that have to work together in order to achieve maximum capacity, or for the computer to run smoothly. Like, if the fan doesn't work, then your computer's going to overheat, and then well, there's no gaming for you, I suppose. And so, like, we are all different parts. We all have different parts to play in the team, I guess, the team of Christ. Like, you know, like, not everyone can be up front preaching. Not everyone can be serving the coffees. Not everyone can, welcome people to their seats, or whatever it is, the role that you find yourself playing in the church. And it's not just, as you just said, it's not about what role do you play in a service. Because church isn't on a Sunday morning. Church is 24/7. So it's not, oh, well, my part to play in the church is handing people the notice sheet. It's actually what is your role across the board? What is your role in the church? And is that an evangelist? Is that going out and speaking and spreading the good news to other people? Is it an encourager? Do you go and encourage people using the Holy Spirit with words of prophecy? Is it a mentor? Do you find yourself mentoring younger people than you... are you, I don't know, more examples, but a prayer, do you pray for the church? Like, what role do you have to play in the church? And it's not just about what do you do in a service, it's what do you do as a service to the community and to your church in general.
It's not just what you do in a service, it's what you do as a service.
Yes.
I like that. We could put that above the door as well.
Yeah.
In people.
Gosh, our door's going to be full of notices.
Here's something else really important, and it links to what you just said. Church isn't just a place to come and worship, go, huddle together, sing some songs, listen to someone preach. Church exists to be God's hands and feet on earth. So often, God does actually choose to intervene in the world through miraculous power that actually has nothing to do with us. He does do that, for sure. But also very often, and perhaps even more often, he uses us as his hands and feet. So something that needs to be done, that God needs to be done as he advances his kingdom. He actually chooses to use us as his church to respond to the needs around the world. And that is a massive part of what the church is about. But here's probably the most important thing about the church, and I've saved it till last because it's the most important.
Okay, great.
The church exists to be in relationship with God. Now, that's a slightly weird thing to say, because I think what we've often heard in church is that, like, we are meant to be in relationship with God. And in a way, that is true. But actually, the Bible talks very much corporately, if I can use a slightly complicated word. The Bible talks about God's relationship with his people, not just with us as individual people. And I think we really need to understand that God ultimately has his relationship with us as a whole body. We are described in the Bible as the bride of Christ. And there's this idea that we are somehow like, as a entire church family, not just here in our town, but right across the world, we are united to Jesus in a relationship. And that's a really profound thing to think of. He wants to know us together as his people. He wants us to know us like as two or three. He wants to know us as individual churches, as towns, as countries, and as the entire body of Christ through history, in ways that we probably can't get our heads around. God wants to know us as his family. And so that's the biggest job of the church. It is to be the bride of Christ, which again is a slightly weird idea, but Christianity is weird. We need to embrace the weird.
How big do you think the wedding cake's going to be?
Massive!
Huge, right?
Enormous. He'll be using that whole feeding the 5,000 trick, though, won't he?
Yeah.
It'll be a small cake, but it'll just never run out.
Every
People are
time
like,
you take
what?
a slice, it's just, yeah.
We really do have to finish our Alpha series now. And we want to finish by returning to a picture which we shared in an earlier episode. Here it is on the screen. And it's a swimming pool. And if you remember, we asked you where you saw yourself in this picture. So if all these different characters describe a stage someone could be at in their faith, their relationship with God, where do you think you were? And so that was the question we asked probably about 6-8 weeks ago.
A long time ago, yeah.
And so we want to ask you, where are you now in this picture? Where do you find yourself? And have you moved at all since the last time we asked you? Charles really is over.
I'm waiting for the next bit. Like, have we not got another
There's no
bit?
more, that's it. We're done.
What do I do in my life now?
I think you should probably think about whether there's anything else you'd like to say to these wonderful people.
No, I think I've said everything.
Well, hey, I just want to say...
Great. So that was Alpha, everyone.
It was done.
Where would you place yourself on this? Who are you? If the swimming pool is God, where would you place yourself? And has it changed from the first time we did that? We did it in week 4, I believe, so quite a long time ago, about 8 episodes ago. So 8 weeks, maybe even 9 weeks ago. So where are you now? If you can remember, if you've changed.
We want to spend a bit of time on this, so do take a moment to just look at that picture, and you don't necessarily need to do it in terms of the how you've changed on the picture. You could just talk about how your relationship to and with God and faith has shifted and changed over the last 6 months, the last 3 months, the time we've been doing Alpha. We'd love to know like what it has looked like to go on a bit of a journey with these ideas. So don't be shy. Give us your anonymous messages, poll.ev.com, whatever it was called. The link, you probably have the link by now. Or just post into the WhatsApp groups, or if you're feeling really brave, straight onto YouTube. Ellen, if God is a swimming pool, it's an odd thing to say, isn't it?
Which, of course.
But on that picture, where do you place yourself? And can you describe that in terms of how you might have changed over the last few months?
I'm almost like one of those documentaries for like multiple personalities, because I actually think I'm every single one of those people. Most of the week. Then. Because, so hear me out. I realise I'm not giving a great impression of how sane I am right now.
Don't say that.
However, like I can't see myself as one particular thing. Because I think, okay, sometimes, you're dipping your toe in, you're thinking, sometimes I'm fully in the middle of that pool. And then at other points, I'm someone else. I'm on the sidelines. I'm reading the paper. I'm not engaging. So I think over this period of time, I've definitely changed. And by this period of time, definitely Alpha, but, we could extend that back to kind of since the start of lockdown and this whole kind of crazy period of time, because I've found a lot of this time really, really difficult. I've had to see some really horrible things. I'm a nurse. I've had to deal with the whole kind of scariness of COVID in quite an upfront way, and I could almost cope with that for myself, but I found it really, really difficult to see what other people were going through, and I couldn't match this with the idea of this all-loving God, which I knew and loved, and then I couldn't match it. And so, I probably on the picture of that swimming pool was out the door. I was in the changing rooms. I was somewhere else. I wasn't even as far as the edges because it just didn't match. And then over this time, certainly Alpha has really, really helped because it's kind of pushed a lot of themes, a lot of things I've had to think about. It's made me, instead of just me, it's made me think about it. And I've gone closer again, to the pool. I don't think I've jumped back in fully yet. I think I'm probably holding quite a lot of things that still haven't quite worked out. But I'm not out the door.
Thank you for being so honest and real. I think anybody who we can't really understand what it has been like to work in the NHS over the last year, but hearing you talk, that's very understandable. The fact that seeing the things that you've seen and having to go through what you've been going through is hard to reconcile with certainly an easy, simple view of God. And the truth is, as much as sometimes it can be easy to meet and easy to understand, like God is very complicated and faith is easy to pick up and takes a lifetime to master, as it were. And so what you're really modeling there, I think, is what we want to model every week at Satellites, which is to say, don't just unthinkingly swallow all this stuff that we say. Don't take the Bible and feel like you have to just swallow every page without thinking, and everything we say from the front, just take that must all be true. You have to go on a journey yourself. You have to process these things. And when life is more complicated, like it has been all of us this year, but especially for you, there's more processing needed, isn't there? And you go on a bit of a journey with God, and he's big enough to cope with those times when we're not in the pool.
And the best thing about it is not only is he big enough, I actually think he can use it to great effect. So when you're in it, you just can't see out of it, and you can't see that there is some goodness in there. When you're moving out of it and you're able to look back, I think that's when you can see what parts of you have been changed. And that is something way bigger than us. It's way bigger. We can't see like that, but I think God can, and sometimes it just needs time and space, and it's okay to be a bit away from the pool. It's okay to stay dry.
And perhaps you realize that God is also in the changing room all along.
It's profound and also concerning.
Yes.
Sorry, what?
I don't really know how to remedy that without really acknowledging it. Thank you, Ellen. Thank you, Martin. We've got one response. I will read it out. Diving, I don't really know. I'm always on the edge, but I always want to be in the middle. I always talk to God and believe in God and know he's real, but I don't know what I want to do with that. I sometimes want to leave it, and sometimes I really, really love God. Every second it can change. But I think I want to dive in, but I always second say yes to myself, and I'm not always sure I'm ready. And I think, again, this is, as we've said before, it is a journey. We go on these journeys, and even when we're skipping down the road with God, something could go completely wrong, like this year has, and that can cause us to scramble and go off in different directions. But the truth is, we're all on a journey, and it's okay not to always be in the pool. I think that's what you were trying to say there, Martin, as well. Absolutely. So
don't ever think that people around you who may, that they look like they're a certain thing, that's so not always the case. And I think we often think, this minister and our youth leaders and so on. And actually, sometimes they're in a really similar place to that. And it's okay, completely okay to be in that place. It's also good to want to be in the pool. It's good
100%. And that's where the church comes in, isn't it? That's what we were talking about. We're a family. We're okay. So the church isn't always good at this, and apologies when the church isn't good for this, but really the church should be, when it's working at its best, is a family where it is supporting one another, where you can be honest with one another, where you can be yourself and come in and go, do you know what? I don't feel like being here today. I've just come because it's another Sunday and I feel like I have to, but I'm not feeling it today. And, and that is, that's okay, because the church family then gathers around you. And that's, we'll have people who are feeling strong in their faith at that point who can look after you. and so vice versa. And then maybe when someone else is feeling weaker in your faith and you're feeling stronger in your faith, you can be that person for them. And that's how the body of Christ works. It moves and it helps one another and it supports one another. And that's why
so true, because when in that worst bit of COVID, when I couldn't cope, and I could cope, but I didn't get it. And I just thought, well, I cannot pray. And so Katie, lovely, wonderful Katie, said, well, I'll do your praying, and there is your body of your church to say, no, you do that. I'll do this, you be the feet, I'll be the hands. There's your church.
That's brilliant. And also worth just mentioning Katie, when she was guest host, planned so much, didn't she? She planned all week. She had a script and you're right, she is wonderful.
But the church is made up of many different people with many different skills and
many
gifts of organization, administration.
And to be fair, you never find Katie shouting at the church. So we all have our different roles to play, don't we?
We do.
Wow. Do you know what well, thank you guys. That is it for Satellites Live Does Alpha. Charles, I'm going to ask you to pray in a minute, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
But let me just do a couple of final things. First of all, to say we would love to keep talking to you about all this stuff. So, we hope that you have taken some really big ideas and themes about faith from this term. We hope that you've overall heard that God loves you and this family loves you, and you have a place of belonging here, even when we're meeting online. But let's keep talking. And if you've got big questions, if you found this week, particularly the last couple of weeks, challenging, then we're really happy to chat about that. Get in touch. We will be back here next week, and for the next 2 weeks we're going to be doing fun ones. Really, we're not doing like an alpha thing, are we? Just having fun the next couple of weeks. So goodness knows what we'll bring back. Will we bring all
this was not fun.
Oh well,
we will have a guest host, and then also just to remind you, we've got space on the 13th, which will be a kind of Christmas, be halfway between a space and a youth contemporary carol service, so don't miss those. But guys, it's been great to have you. Thank you so much, Ellen, for everything you brought this evening. You've been brilliant sport. Thank you for coping with our jokes. Guys, we'll see you next week. Charles, why don't you pray us out?
Yeah. Dear Lord, thank you for your church. Thank you that you welcome us into your family. As we are broken, whatever it is, that no matter where we are in our faith, you welcome us into your family. And I pray that we as a church will be reflecting your goodness, reflecting your kindness, reflecting your welcomeness, Lord. I pray that we will have good experiences of churches in our life. And I pray for forgiveness when churches get that wrong, Lord. I just pray for us this week as we go out as your church, as we do a service to other people, and not necessarily what we do in a service, but it's what we do as a service, Lord. And I just pray that will be evident in the way that we act and behave and treat one another this week. In your name. Amen.
Amen. I just realized I forgot to tell my story.
Oh, never mind.
No, you need to hear this.
Okay.
So
wait.
Tomorrow lunchtime, I've been booked to speak in Australia.
Oh.
I'm not going to Australia. I'm doing it over the internet.
Digging your way there via Spain.
No. But they booked me and Rachel Gardner to speak on my book, The Man You're Made to Be, which we've talked about at length before, and Rachel's book, The Girl Deconstruction Project. And it's about the sort of two sides of raising teenagers. And I've just found out that Rachel doesn't know about it and was never booked. So I'm speaking on both. So tomorrow in Australia, I am both Martin Saunders and Rachel Gardner.
Would you like me to masquerade? I'm very good at ad-libbing.
And
I think we've all seen that.
I think the fan club person should be the first
Yes.
to...
Rachel Stalker will join you on...
I will, if it's recorded, I'll send you all a link.
Good day, mate. I'm Rachel Gardner. Yeah.
No, but you don't become Australian.
Yeah, I think that's what happens. That's what happens. When you go to Australia, you become Australian.
All right. That's probably enough for this week.
Already is.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.